Hey guys, this is Chrissy with Everyday Tidbits and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. Please hit that subscribe button down below and hit the bell notifications so that you're notified every time I post. Today I have 4 easy recipes that you can make with ingredients that are found in your pantry or in your freezer. Thank you so much for joining me today and let's get started. For this recipe, you're going to need some fresh potatoes and we're going to dice them up, 1 can of corn or 2 if you have it, 8 cups of chicken broth, or you can use 1 teaspoon of bouillon powder or 1 bouillon cube per cup of water. I'm using onion powder because I don't have an onion, but if you had an onion, dice that up and throw that in. And any seasoning of your choice. Today I'm going to be using Old Bay, and that's it. I'm going to start by cutting my potatoes into bite-sized pieces. It's optional whether or not you want to peel your potatoes. I'm going to leave the skin on because I like the skin. I'm adding my diced potatoes to my crock pot, and then I'm going to be adding 8 cups of water and 8 teaspoons of bouillon powder. Next, I'm going to add my seasoning into the pot. It's optional if you have flour and butter. You can also make a roux and add it at this point, so that will thicken your soup. But I will show you at the end how we're going to thicken the soup without that. Cover your crock pot and cook it on low for 6 hours. To thicken our soup without using milk or cream, we're going to take a little bit of our soup out of the crock pot and put it in a separate dish. Using an immersion blender, I'm just going to blend up these potatoes, and that will be the thickening agent for our soup. You can also put them in a blender, but just be very careful and let it cool off a little bit, because if you put it in a blender hot, you will have an explosion on your hands and you don't want to burn yourself. Once your potatoes are blended to the consistency that you desire, add them back to the pot and then add your corn and stir it up. And here's what it looks like when it's done. This was so delicious, guys. I didn't even miss the cream one bit. When you plate it up, you can add toppings such as Greek yogurt, sour cream, cheese, or even green onions. For this recipe, you're going to need 1 can of biscuits, a little bit of shredded cheese, some pizza sauce, and some pepperoni, which is optional. You're going to start by cutting through the biscuit. You can make a little pocket or you can cut it in half like I did. And what we're going to do is we're going to add about a tablespoon of sauce to each, and then a little bit of shredded cheese, and 2 or 3 pepperonis will do. Then you're going to seal the edges, press them shut, and that's how we're going to make our pizza. You're going to want to spray your waffle iron with either some olive oil or cooking spray to make sure that your pizzas don't stick. And we're going to add 1 per square and cook it for about 3 to 4 minutes. They're going to be super hot when they come out, so make sure that you use a fork to get them out or you'll burn your fingers like I did. I put them on a plate and I served them with a little bit of extra pizza sauce on the side, and they were a huge hit with my daughter. She's a little bit of a picky eater, but she loved these and they were delicious. For this recipe, you're going to need a half a bag of frozen meatballs. I used turkey, 1 pack of ranch dressing mix, 1 can of mushrooms. If you have fresh, you can use that too. A can of cream of mushroom soup. I only had golden mushroom soup, so that's what I used. We're cooking out of the pantry here, guys, so we're being resourceful. And you can use pasta or mashed potatoes to serve it over. So what you're going to do is you're basically going to add everything to your crock pot, stir it, cover it up, and cook it on low for 5 hours. I served this over pasta tonight, so I just cooked a box of pasta according to the directions on the box. And here's what it looks like when it's done. This was actually delicious, a little salty, so the next time I make it, I will probably only use half the packet of ranch, and I think that would be a little bit better. But all in all, a delicious meal from the pantry. For this recipe, I used a 2 to 3 pound pork roast. That's what I had in my freezer. If you have a truck roast, that'll work too. I had a package of carnitas sauce in my pantry. If you have any type of sauce, that will also work with this recipe. 1 cup of water, and optional at the end, you can use a little bit of cornstarch to thicken your sauce. So when you're making this in your Instant Pot, you definitely need to add your cup of water and use the trivet so that it doesn't burn on the bottom. Just add your roast and your sauce. And that's it, guys. You're going to cook it on high for 40 minutes and then let it come to a natural release. At the end of your natural release, when the pin drops, it's safe to open the lid. And there you go, guys. It smelled so good. Take your trivet out, and then you can either take the roast out and slice it, or you can shred it. And as you can see here, I am trying not to burn myself because the sauce is hot. It would probably be better to take it out and shred it so that you don't burn yourself, but I just did not want to dirty another dish, so I did it right in the pot and I shredded it. So this was delicious, guys. On this particular night, I was craving mac and cheese, so I pulled the box out of my pantry, and that's what I served it with. Thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Everybody, please stay safe and have a wonderful day.